going to record. Perfect. So welcome everybody. So we are going to present today what a TM7 is all about. So pop in your chat box here where you're tuning in from, and also if you've got a Thermomix already. So what we have got now is this absolutely incredible all-in-one super smart Thermomix. So the TM6, we say that was an evolution of the earlier machines, but the TM7 really is a Thermomix revolution. And I actually didn't think that they could get any better than the TM6, but the TM7 absolutely have nailed it. So first up, I'm just going to show you a little video about Vorwerk, which is the producer of Thermomix. So we're a family business at heart, all the way from Wuppertal in Germany to our consultants here in New Zealand. There's so many beautiful consultants that we've got, and they work this business around their families. So each consultant, just run their business in a way that they would like, and I absolutely love that. So let's see a little bit more about our origins.
For over 140 years, we at Vorwerk have been relentlessly driven to enhance everyday life in homes around the world, evolving from our first Thermomix to our latest innovation. We bring joy and pride to the table with unique culinary experiences. Alongside premium products, we build lasting relationships. We make house cleaning effortless with high-performing, versatile solutions, growing global companies across more than 60 countries. This success comes from our dedication to you, our customer. You'll see it in the eyes of our more than 100,000 determined people. Our passion for delicious food, spotless homes, next-level technology, high standards, and sustainability is what drives us. For over 140 years, we've been reinventing ourselves. And now, we're taking another leap forward with our most advanced Thermomix ever. At Vorwerk, we empower people to ignite their passion every day.
Awesome. So, first up, we're just going to get it off what the price is. So Thermomix is $28.49 in New Zealand, and it comes with everything that you will need. So just so you know what you're in for the next hour, and we're going to show you how much value you actually get for that money. And there is also lots of different payment options that I'll go through a little bit more at the end, or if you can also get in touch with your consultants and they can talk you through that depending on where you're at. So let's have a look at what can a Thermomix do. We are going to show you the endless potential, and there is 3 different ways that you can use them. That is either manual cooking. So for those of you who love cooking, who have great family recipes, you can absolutely just use it as a sous chef and manually cook anything that you would like. We've also got guided cooking that we're very much going to use today in the demo. And also there is over 20 modes in the Thermomix, and it's the only kitchen appliance out there that is actually getting better with time. So here's just a little quick video to show you. How awesome is that for anyone with small kitchens? How great is it to just have one appliance instead of 4? So I'm going to keep going through a little bit things as we are going through today, but we are going to get cracking, and we're going to go over to Libby, who is going to show us that there is a dough for every occasion, and you can absolutely use this recipe as a pizza base or as a flatbread or lots of different things. So I'm going to stop sharing, and then we're going to head over to Libby Gray, who is our team leader in Rolliston, and she is going to show us how easy this is to make.
Thanks, Meta. So what I'm going to be making today is a pizza bianca. So this is as Meta said, is a really universal flatbread. It's one that's great for entertaining or having as a side with soup, even make it into scrolls or anything like that. So first of all, I'm actually going to find it on the TM7. So if you are used to having a TM6, you will probably notice this is one of the bigger changes, is the bigger screen. Certainly a highlight of mine. And on the TM7, it's actually a lot easier to search for the recipe from the machine. So that's always something I tend to revert to now, is not having the phone to search for the recipes. So we've got our oven already preheated, and we've got our baking Thermomix baking sheet on our tray ready to go. So now we're just going to pop into here 2 cloves of garlic. And again, if you're making this with a pizza base, you probably wouldn't want to put the garlic in, but it is completely customizable, and rosemary as well. So if I didn't have fresh rosemary, I'd be using dried herbs, or we'll just leave it out. The beautiful thing about the Thermomix and Cookie Dough platform is it is just a guide. It's not a rule book. So don't feel confined or restricted by it. I use it as a base and go a bit rogue. So we've got both of those in there. Pop our lid on. I'm just going to chop that 4 seconds at speed 7.
And it is just so nice and quick moving between those screens. It just is so sleek and so quick and easy.
Excellent. So that was just obviously 4 seconds, and we have got our garlic nicely blitzed up. Now the recipe does say to blitz it again, which I will do. And go next on it, and we're just going to Right. Now the recipe asked me to pop it into a little bowl and set aside. I actually really love the garlic and rosemary kneaded into my bread. So I'm actually just going to leave it in the bowl and let's save my dishes as well. So we're just going to go next, and we're going to pop in water. So we're going to pop 220 grams of water. Obviously see that's weighing as I go.
That is such a game changer that it just weighs exactly as you're going.
Oh, it's amazing. And we've got 1 teaspoon of raw sugar in here and 2 teaspoons of yeast. So the raw sugar is optional, but because this is usually a quick flatbread, I pop it in because it helps activate the yeast a bit more. So now we're just going to turn that on for 2 minutes at 37 degrees. So 37 degrees is the temperature that your yeast is activated. And one of the biggest things you will notice right this moment is it's silent. So with the TM7, obviously you've got a little bit of noise. Sorry, 6, you've got a little bit of noise, but the 7 is literally quiet. So I would absolutely forget I was making something if I went away. So that's definitely another game changer with the TM7 model.
100%. In the beginning, it was almost I needed to go and double check to see that it was on because I couldn't hear anything, because you're used to hearing the 6 kind of in the background. So in terms of making breads and dough, Libby, what do you think some of the benefits is to make, because did you make bread from scratch pre-Thermomix?
No, I brought a bread maker in lockdown because everybody was making bread, and I thought I should probably give it a go. And I had a few failed attempts and never gave it another go. And now we don't buy bread, mainly because I don't love that it's a science experiment when you read the recipe in the back, and there's lots of hidden ingredients in it, but it's just the ease of being able to make it at home. So we don't buy many doughs because we can make our pita breads, our flatbreads, bare buns, anything like that. And yeah, I'm very grateful to have a Thermomix on hand. Then we're very much a ingredient pantry now that we don't have to buy any of the processed food. So
yeah, and I know that health is important to you, and one of the things that you really like to get additives and preservatives out of your food. Do you think, what kind of difference did it make when you first got the Thermomix in terms of that?
It's really, I think it's made me more aware of packets because we do, obviously not knowing, we don't know what we don't know. And when we see an ingredients list on the Thermomix, it is so simple. And we don't need all those preservatives that often sneak into our food. So I think the biggest thing is just eating from scratch with Thermomix that really appeals to me because we can do without them.
100%.
So that's all done now. So add 400 grams of baker's flour. Now I just use high grade flour for all my baking. Too perturbed about having different flours. Again, if I can, I try and find a flour without folic acid in it.
It's getting harder and harder, isn't it?
Excellent. We're just going to pop some olive oil in there as well. So once again, I'm not having to have a greasy spoon or anything. It's just literally weighing straight out of the bottle and into there. I've got some salt as well. A teaspoon of salt. I always say measure with your heart. So if you like it a bit more of a salty bread, go for it.
100%.
And then we're just going to turn that on for 2 minutes to knead. So 2 minutes in the Thermomix of kneading is equivalent to 10 minutes by hand. So I make sourdough from scratch and I use the Thermomix to do my first knead. So if you do make sourdough at your home, you will understand how laborious that first knead is. So definitely a game changer with that, and happy to help if you need any tips and tricks with that. So I'm just going to turn this on for 2 minutes to knead.
Amazing. Yeah, and I think with the bread, that was actually a really big thing for us when we first got the Thermomix. I love cooking and I love being in the kitchen, but making bread was just always ended up with flour everywhere. And I'm really good at cooking, but I'm just not so good at cleaning. So it was so nice being able to make bread just absolutely with no mess, and the kids can do it, and it's just really, really nice and handy. So what are some other breads that you like to make in your Thermomix, Libby?
One bread I love to make is the Portuguese bread. So that's actually a take on sourdough without the fermentation process, which is great. As I said, I love to make the flatbreads. That's often something we'll use as a leftover meal. If we've got a little bit of meat left and maybe a bit of salad, it just makes it go further. But pita pockets, things I would never have dreamed of making without a Thermomix.
100%. We actually had flatbreads yesterday. We had chicken souvlaki for dinner yesterday, and it is so nice because when you buy a lot of those breads or like tortillas and those kind of things, it always astonishes me how long they last.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they never go off. So I'm always curious what actually is in there for them to last for 3 months in a pantry without actually going off. So so nice that we can do this just nice and easy with very little extra effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nice. And it's not because Zoom is obviously cutting out the noise, but it's actually pretty quiet, the kneading in the TM7.
It is
not
very
loud.
good.
Yeah.
One thing you'll notice with the TM7 is that it does have a built-in glider board. So it doesn't jump around as much as a TM6 without the glider board. It does get up and boogie a little bit, the TM6, but the TM7 seems to be quite stable, which I really love. So just another great feature that we've got here.
Yeah, 100%. It is just so nice and quick and easy to use it. And I love the play button, and there's no kind of nothing to turn around. It's just push play and off you go.
Perfect. So there we go. So this is absolutely a beautiful flatbread that I love to serve with soup in the winter. But it is exactly the same recipe as the pizza dough. So if you're just wanting to reduce the rising time, then skip the garlic and rosemary, head for this recipe, and you'll have pizzas in no time.
Yeah, it's actually a recipe. I can make this into scrolls for the kids' lunch boxes in 35 minutes. Like sometimes I wake up on a Monday morning, we don't have anything to put in lunch boxes. And actually, if I start it at 7 o'clock, they can have, by 7:45, they've got fresh scrolls to put in their lunch boxes. And I think that's incredible and so much cheaper than if you buy them at the supermarket.
Absolutely. And it's actually Christine's tip. But if you've had a cheese and meat cracker platter on the weekend, you can actually just pop all your leftover goodies in the Thermomix, give it a blitz up, and spread it over your scrolls. And so there's no waste as well.
That is so clever. So good. Awesome. Thank you so much. So what are you going to do now? So how long are you going to
So I'm just going to pop this out onto my baking mat.
Yeah.
And let it to preview for just a wee while, and then I'll pop it in the oven for 12 minutes, 15 minutes, and good to go.
Perfect. So we might get to see that at the end of today.
Yes, we will.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Libby. So now I love the virtues when you can just pop between people's kitchens. So now we're going to pop over to Nolene. And so I'm just going to spotlight you. There we go. Hi, Nolene.
Hello, how are you?
She's one of our beautiful consultants in Rolliston as well. So thank you for jumping on and helping us out. So what are you going to cook for us today?
I'm going to do something called Marry Me Chicken, which is a go-to for us because it's super fast, and I've got children that play touch just about every night. So it's a very quick and easy one when we get home from touch trainings.
Oh, amazing. All right, let's get your recipe started and then we'll talk a little bit more while that is sauteing and because there's a few things I would love to talk to you about.
Good. Okay, so I'm just going to actually go into my recently cooked, just as another way to bring up a recipe that you use a lot, and I'm going to tap into the recipe that way. So we'll just take our lid off and we are just going to press start. Hope you can see that okay there. So
Perfect.
first of all, we are going to put our Parmesan cheese in. So I've got 30 grams of Parmesan. So again, this is great because you can buy your blocks of Parmesan and save some money that way, because it's going to you can chop it up as opposed to buying it already chopped up and spending more money that way. So we have popped that in there and we're just going to go next. And this is going to grate for 5 seconds on speed 8.
Perfect. And there's always a little bit of additives, anti-caking agents and those kind of things. So not only is it more expensive, but also there's a few more additives in there when we buy it pre-grated.
Absolutely.
I do love how much quicker the lid comes off on the 7.
Yeah. 5 seconds. So yeah, with the lid being magnetic, that is another thing I love as well. I don't feel like I'm waiting ages for that to come off.
Yeah, you're also a busy lady. You got places to be, things to do.
I have 3 teenagers.
Yeah.
So we'll pop that into there, and then the same as with it's transferred to another bowl, and it is asking us to rinse and dry the bowl, but again, I'm going to be putting this back in the recipe, so I usually just skip that, so we can just go next. And then it's just asking for our other ingredients. So we're going to start with 2 cloves of garlic. When you're not weighing things, we just tick them off. So I love the screen is there, so it's great to be able to, if you're someone that likes to get all your recipes out and prepped, then you can do that. So then we've got 100 grams of sun-dried tomatoes. So we'll put those in. And red capsicum. Put that in.
Yum.
And some salt. And again, it says half a teaspoon, and I'll just do those myself, just as I feel the need for salt and pepper.
100%.
Take those off. And next. And now we are going to actually saute that for 4 minutes. Let's make sure there's nothing stuck on my blades there. It's going to saute it for 4 minutes on 160, and it's using the gentle mode. So that's one of the cool things with the TM7 is we've got intense and we've also got gentle to be able to brown up our onions or our meats or things like that too. So that's quite a good little addition to the TM7.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm curious to hear a little bit more because I know that you've been a Thermomix owner for a wee while. Maybe one of the people that I know here that has had a Thermomix for the longest. How long have you had a Thermomix for?
I have had a Thermomix for 13 years. So I started with a TM31, which was all manual. So I am all over the manual side of things with a Thermomix. And then I waited 9 years. And so 4 years ago, I did have FOMO of the TM6. And that's when I decided to become a consultant, because I didn't want to get rid of my old machine, but I wanted a new one and I didn't want to spend the money. So I decided to earn it, which I did. And I was going to be someone that was just going to earn it and not do anything else. And yeah, 4 years later, I'm still doing it. And now I've earned myself another machine. So yeah, which is
Absolutely phenomenal. So, and I love hearing a lot of people who've had older machines who's actually had them for a long time, and actually just that the quality is just that, that excellent that they don't necessarily just stop working. They actually go and go. It's more the fact that you want to upgrade because you want the latest and greatest, rather than that you need to buy a new one.
Absolutely. After 9 years, it wasn't because the machine was broken. It was because I just wanted a newer one. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the reason I bought a Thermomix was because it had been less than 2 years and my kitchen processor died. And I was so upset, like less than 2 years. And then they're like, oh, you just need to buy a new one. And that's when the people who kept telling me about Thermomix, I was like, all right, I'll be listening then to see if this, and it's, they're just going and going. I've met a lady who's had a Thermomix for 25 years.
Yeah. So I have still over here, I have still got, I earned a black TM6, so I've still got that because I do love having two Thermomixes, and a bit like Libby, I love to make everything from scratch. I've got 3 teenagers, so I love when I'm doing things, I'm not just doing 1 or 2 things, I might have about 4 on the go. So for me, having 2 machines going at once is a very regular thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to share something at the end of today that might be a bit enticing for anyone who's keen, because the only thing that's better than a Thermomix is two. So
Yeah,
might have
exactly.
some news on that and towards the end. Nice. So these kind of, because this is a bit of an all-in-one dish that we're doing
Yep.
today.
Just another little thing too, like this was my jar from my sun-dried tomatoes. So of course I've used them all up, but of course I just covered in oil. So this I just keep the oil and then I will just reuse it with the cost of olive oil at the moment. I just reuse it to saute other things in. So that's
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, make use of things. So
Well, if you were cooking in your kitchen and you weren't talking to us, what would you
yeah.
be doing now for 4 minutes while this is sauteing?
Well, I do actually also work from home hairdressing. So often I will come while my colours are processing, I will come down and start something and get it going, and then I can leave it cooking and go back upstairs. Or if it was in the morning and I was getting myself organised, I'd go and hang the washing out. Now with the TM7, it also connects to your phone. So if I am hanging the washing out, then it'll tell me when this is done. So I get the notification on my phone so I can go, oh, yep, now I know I'm ready to do the next step, and I can come back inside and do that.
Oh, that's so phenomenal, because that is time that you just get
Yeah,
back with a
that's it.
Thermomix that,
It
otherwise you
was,
wouldn't be standing there stirring while it's sauteing.
yeah, and having it connected to the phone was something I didn't think was going to be a big deal, but actually I'm enjoying that a whole lot more than I thought I would, to be fair. So,
Nice.
so we've sauteed that, so we're just going to go next. And not that you can so much tell because it's all the red things in there, but it smells amazing. One day they're going to do something that we'll be able to smell through our phones, I'm sure. So we are just going to chop all that up for 5 seconds on speed 5.
And it's all just in there, no mess, no needing to get it out on the chopping board and chop it up, and so nice and easy.
Absolutely. So it's asking us to scrape down the sides. So I'll just show you 5 seconds, absolutely all chopped up. So that is so good.
So good.
I'm actually enjoying the bigger spatula as well because I can get right round. I love that when I'm scraping my bowl, I can basically scrape the whole sides in one go. So yeah, I am actually a fan of this big new spatula.
Nice.
So we're going to carry on here. And so now it is asking me for my chicken. So again, we've got all our ingredients listed there. So yeah, loving that I can see in advance the things that I'm going to be doing as well. So I'm going to put 500 grams of my chicken thighs in, and we're going to tick that off. And then we've got some cream. So I'm going to pop my cream in. I often keep a wee bit of cream in my fridge, and if for some reason I don't do anything with it, then I turn it into butter, so it's never going to go to waste, even if it's just there as a backup for my ingredients.
Absolutely.
Then we're going to add some water. So I do like to add some warmer water. I did boil the jug a wee bit earlier. I just find when I'm doing things like pasta, if my temperature's got a little bit of a head start, then I actually prefer, I'm not just chucking all that in because I've got that ready to go. So we'll just tick that one off, and a wee bit of paprika. Or if I'm doing rice, that's another thing. I actually do like to use warmer water as well.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. Italian herbs. So I've got some freshly homegrown dried oregano I like to use. Like to grow and use as much of my own produce as I can. And a tablespoon of homemade vegetable stock paste, which 13 years ago is the first thing I made in my Thermomix, and we still encourage it as one of the first things to make in your Thermomix. And in 13 years, I've never been without it. I think it's just incredible. So we'll pop that on. And then we're just going to go next. And so now this is going to cook for me for 12 minutes. It is going to be on 100 degrees and it's on the stirring mode. Not sure if you can see, and it's going to be reversed. So you can the blades can go in reverse. So we're not going to be chopping up that chicken, just stirring it. So we'll just go play.
That is so nice that if you don't know that, you will just actually, the Thermomix knows exactly what to do, and we can just sit back and it will make these beautiful dishes super nice and easy. All right, thanks so much, Nolene. That is awesome. And we are going to pop over to Christine now. So I'm going to pop you on Spotlight. So Christine Booth, stage. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good, thank you.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a beetroot salad. So what I have done is I was going to bring that down so you can see the screen, so you can't see my face at the same time. So I like to have recipes in my into my week planned. So if I'm just going to go onto the home screen and then go to my week, you can see I've just select the beetroot salad. So I really love this because it's a lovely and quick recipe. And so we're just going to press start cooking. So we've got 400 grams of beetroot. Now I might have a little bit less, but that's all good. So we're just going to press next, and then we're going to add in 100 grams of carrots. What I love about this recipe is that if you haven't got something, you can just change it up. 20 grams of onion. And we've got 1 green apple, which I've got a red apple. So we're just going to pop the red one in quarters. Now it's asking for fresh coriander or parsley. Neither I just had on hand this morning, but I've got fresh basil, so that's going in. So what I love is the recipes are literally a guide. So you can choose how much or what you want to pop in. And now we've got some olive oil. So just a couple of tablespoons. So literally just winging it there. I'm just popping in 2 tablespoons. Got some lemon juice. And some salt. And some pepper. Says optional sugar, but I've never ever never felt that the recipe needs sugar. So I'm just going to show you what that is looking like. So I've literally got all my ingredients just in there. The beetroot's just been cut into quarters. So nothing too small. And then we're literally going to pop that in for 5 seconds on speed 5.
This never stops to amaze me how it can do this so quickly.
So 5 seconds, and we've literally got our beetroot salad. So that is what I love about making salads in the Thermomix, is that it is so much quicker and cheaper than heading off to the supermarket to get some salads when you might get those unexpected guests, or you just want a salad for the barbecue. So I'm going to have this for dinner tonight. So I will dress it up with some more fresh herbs on top and some seeds. So I usually just put some pumpkin seeds on the top and a bit of crumbed feta, and it just kind of makes sure 5 seconds salad look like $1 million, and it looks like you've been slaving all day, and you've got your salad already. So yeah, that's what I will do.
That is so nice and quick and beautiful when you've got such a nice big garden, as I know you have as well, Christine, when there's just can go out and pick your veggies and pop them through a Thermomix and you'll have a salad in no time.
So we've got a really decent amount of salad there.
So yeah, 100%. We had a customer at one of our demos lately, and he was saying that he went to the supermarket every day for lunch and bought like a little pot, or he was like, oh, it's like $13 for like way less than what you get when you make your own salad. So that was, it's crazy how much money you actually can save if you want to. But Christine, you're on like a race now to get two things done in 12 minutes.
What?
So what else are we going to do? Because you are cooking something else for us.
I am. So this is another thing that is really quick and easy, saves a lot of money, but also time. And it's the Fruity Dream. So if you've been to a demo, you will have seen this one, or should have seen this one made. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop in 80 grams of raw sugar. So I'll just bring this down again so you can see me popping the ingredients in. So 80 grams of sugar. Now, if you didn't want to use sugar, you could have no sugar. Obviously, we like to show the milling capacity of the Thermomix. So let's pop that in here. Also, if you are cooking for somebody that's diabetic, you can use allulose or obviously no sugar at all. So you've definitely got options. So that's going to go for 10 seconds on speed 9. So what I love about the milling function is if you're somebody like myself who's gluten-free, if you want to make some rice flour, I was making a bread this morning and I needed some rice flour, I could quickly mill that. So you don't need to rush off and buy all your ingredients to make special flours. So there we are. We've got our sugar nicely milled. And now we're going to add in 600 grams of frozen fruit. Now this fruit is some that I got on special a few months ago, and it was in a frozen big block. So I've just kind of chopped it up this morning. But the cool thing is you can use any fruit that you've got, can get your hands on. One of my favorite flavors is actually black boy peaches, and when they're in season, I literally just take the stones out, quarter them, leave the skin on, and I have them in the freezer ready to go. So when I want fruity dream, I can just make it.
Yeah.
So that is now going to chop for 40 seconds on speed 10.
Amazing. So, and then this is where you can choose whatever flavor you might want to make. So is there any flavors, if you had a Thermomix and you got to do a fruity dream or like a real fruit ice cream at home, what flavors would you guys use? So I would love to know that. Black Boy Peaches, I agree with Christine, is absolutely beautiful, but you could really use any frozen fruit to make this recipe. And if you wanted to use fresh fruit, there's a few different, like you can make sorbets and lots of other different things with this. But a nice way is also to add some frozen banana into these recipes if you want to kind of make it a little bit cheaper again. And that can also work as a bit of a sweetener too. So it is really nice that you can do lots of different things.
Okay, so that is now chopped up. So it's just telling me to scrape down the sides. So now we've got our mixture is looking like that. Tells us it should be a creamy consistency. It's not quite, so we're going to do that for another 10 seconds. What I love about it, the TM7 is that it shows you very visual pictures to pop your lid on. So there's no guessing what you've got next to do.
100%. And the fancy was a virtual twin. And it is amazing that it actually knows exactly what's going on.
Oh, so now it's asking us to insert the butterfly wheel. So you can see that extra 10 seconds just really made it a lot smoother. So we're going to pop that whisk in. So we want to make sure we put that in between the two high blades. And so I always just do a little flick just with my finger just to check it's in position. And go next. And now we're going to add 1 egg white. And that is going to mix for 1 minute.
Awesome. That is so nice. So, Christine, tell us a little bit about how long you've been a team leader for and how you came into the business.
Awesome. Yeah, so I have been in Thermomix for just over 5 years, and for a team leader for 3 of those years. The reason I joined the business was because I really wanted a Thermomix, but I couldn't actually afford one. So I jumped onto the Earn program and earned my machine, which was amazing. And I was only going to earn it and go, but quite clearly I'm still here. So yeah, I absolutely love the Thermomix, and I don't know how life existed now beforehand. I often think, how did I do that beforehand? But yeah, absolutely very passionate about the Thermomix, but yeah, the business and the people I get to work with are incredible as well. So
Absolutely. So if someone wanted to come on and earn a Thermomix, what would that look like now? Because it's a little bit different from when we did it a few years ago.
yeah, so we have the option of an earn option or a bring option. So earn is if you don't have a Thermomix or you want another one, you can jump on. There's a bit of training to do. Most of it's hands-on practical training with the team leader, and then you pay a deposit. Do you want me to go through like?
Yeah, or Karen, we'll do it in the next little wee while you're while it's cooking. Oh my goodness.
There is the fruity dream.
Amazing.
Looks amazing, doesn't it?
It does look incredible. It is such a beautiful, quick dessert to whip up, and actually very little sugar per serve as well. So great for people who are trying to eat a little bit less sugar, and so much nutrition. I often make this as afternoon tea after school for my kids in summer.
Yeah, and it's way cheaper than going and buying ice cream from the shop, and you know exactly what's in it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for your family, how much would that cost if you would go and get real fruit ice cream from a
Well, real fruit ice cream, I mean, I haven't bought them for so long, but probably $7, and we've got 5 kids, so it's going to be like $50-$60 just for ice cream.
yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
lot of money.
That is a lot of money. No, thank you so much. That looks absolutely beautiful. Wish I was with you and Libby now, so I could also get some of that fruity dream. Right, Nolene, how are we looking with? I should have maybe put a timer on.
We have only got 30 seconds to go. So
Fabulous.
you can still, like you could look at future steps with the TM6. You can do that on your 7 as well. So if you want to see what to do next, you can actually scroll through and have a look. So again, if there was different ingredients that you needed to get out, then you can actually go, right, that's cooking. I'll get the next bits and pieces out. Also, with the screen, again, like with the pizza banker, with what Libby was doing, if you didn't want to do the garlic and the rosemary, you can scroll down. So you can, I don't know if you heard that, but you probably heard 2 little things go off because I'm on my phone. So that's it telling me on my phone that we are done as well. So that's very cool.
So, and great for you if you're in the salon and you're a bit far away and don't hear the Thermomix. So good.
Absolutely. My clients are very envious of all the food that they can smell when they come back downstairs. So we are going to add our pasta, but I will just show you how we are looking there at the moment. Smelling amazing.
Absolutely.
So now it's asking me to add 300 grams of a particular pasta, which I cannot say, but I just use whatever pasta I have. We tend to go for spiral. So I just pop that in there. We've got 300 grams of pasta. It's ticking it off. And if we go next, it's just asking us to give it a bit of a stir. So basically, we just want to be making sure that that pasta is getting under the liquid to help with the cooking. So we've popped that in there. I'm going to go next. And now this is the other new feature with the TM7 is cook without your lid. So it is telling us to set a time depending on how long your pasta needs. And then we're going to cook with the lid off. So says in here, time indicated on packet, gently stirring with spatula 1 to 2 times until al dente. So basically we just go set time, brings it up like a little manual screen here. So we will just pop it in there and you can either scroll this way or there is also some numbers down here. So I can do 5 and then I go +1, and we'll do 7 minutes and at 100 degrees and we just press play. And so then that is going to do that. And if you find your pasta is not cooked enough, then you can just pop it on for a wee bit longer as well. So
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll hear soon that that'll actually start to bubble away. And I will move my camera over it so you can see. So it is great that you can just give it a stir when you need to. Also, we can take our lid off when it's speed 2 or under. The lid doesn't lock. So again, I have actually found in quite a lot of recipes, I just like to give it a wee bit of a stir. So I can come up to it, take the lid off, give it a bit of a stir, pop the lid back on, and then it carries on cooking. So I don't know if you can hear that. See if I can adjust my phone and see that is bubbling away. So look, I mean, I know we have just cooked that and then pop that pasta in, but that it does blow me away how quickly it gets up to its intensity. In this machine as well. So, and again, if you don't know, if you can see the reflection of the red on the bowl, there's the lights along here telling you. So this is red to tell us that it's hot. Bowl is nicely insulated, so great that we don't actually burn ourselves touching the bowl anymore, which is great. So
Awesome.
another
Nice. I might just, while you're stirring and chipping away there, I might pop over and see if our dough might be
perfect.
With that. Libby, where are we up to?
It's in the oven and I've just got 2 minutes to go on it. So
That's
smelling
great.
good.
Thank you. All right, I'm just gonna share a little bit more of the presentation. What we normally, so normally most often you go to an in-person demo and your consultant would run through this with you. But just have a think about, for all of you who are on here, when it comes to food and cooking, what is it that's most important? You've heard lots of different ways that a Thermomix can be beneficial to you, and we often talk about 4 different categories. So saving time or improving your health, or kind of that creating excitement and saving your energy in the kitchen, but also saving money. So I think for a lot of us, I think the bill that what we spend at the supermarket has not gone down in the last few years. So it can definitely help you save about, for a normal family of 4, about $50 a week. We can normally help you save, which is really cool as well. So I want to show you a video. So Cookie-Doo, you've seen a little bit of what the girls have shown you, how you can get the recipes onto your machine in Cookie-Doo. But Cookie-Doo is a platform with 100,000 recipes, and the Thermomix is an absolutely incredible machine. But when you connect it with Cookie-Doo and you've got all of these tested recipes from all over the world, it becomes, absolutely incredible. So, and it will be personalized to you. So the more you use it, the more it will remember what you like and give you the recipes that the platform thinks that you will enjoy. Anyone can go on a 30-day free trial. So if you want to go and have a nosy, you can just go and sign up to Cookie-Doo and check it out. For when you buy a Thermomix, you get 3 months for free, and then after that, it's an annual subscription of $89 a year. So that you can choose to partake in or not. I'm just going to show you a little video so you get a good understanding of what Cookie-Doo looks like. So super fun, lots of amazing recipes on there for you guys. And your consultant will help you set it up and make sure that you get the most out of both your Thermomix. So your journey starts with me, or it starts with your consultant. We're a direct sales business, and the girls have shown today just how beautiful our community is. And there are so many amazing consultants that we've got that are out there helping you, and they really want to make sure that you are set up for success with your Thermomix. And in order to do that, we do in-home, like in-person cooking experiences. We do some virtual like today, but we also do cooking classes. I know that Libby has got a cooking class on Thursday in Rolleston, but they are all around the country and all around Christchurch and Canterbury. There's cooking classes to sign up to, and you'll find them on our website. But also your consultants are a wealth of knowledge, and they're going to help you set you up. And when you buy a Thermomix, you get a complimentary delivery cooking experience where your consultant will come and set up and make sure you are super comfortable with your machine and get lots out of it, because it is an investment and we want to make sure that you get your money's worth. And also you get to design your own demo. So when we're doing a delivery demo, or if you want to show a few friends, or maybe someone that you've thought about today that actually this might be really helpful for them, then you get to, with your consultant, decide what do you want to cook and what would actually be great for you to see. So we're always going to try and tailor it to you so that you get the most out of it. Right, let's Christian, will you give me a thumbs up when Libby is ready?
She's coming around now.
Oh, perfect. Nice. Ah.
So here we go.
Fabulous. Why does it always look better when you do it than when I do it? That looks beautiful, Libby.
It smells great too.
Yeah, and it's kind of a bit like a cheats for catcher kind of thing. Like it's just
It really is. So if I'm making it with no time limits, I do actually overprove it and still treat it like a focaccia with my oily top and fingers in the top. But I actually just pop a little bit of oil on top and some salt before I pop it in the oven. And it is incredible. And if you are making a soup for lunch in the winter, if you make this before you start your soup, this will be finished at the same time, and you'll have such a cheap, nourished lunch. So
100%. Invite some friends over, because that's pretty much like really cheap lunch for like 4 people easily. So really, really nice and easy. So I'm going to finish showing you a couple of more things, and then we'll head over to Nolene. So if this is something that you might think, actually, this will be really helpful for me, then there's the way to either get it through, you can pay it on just a normal payment on like either a card or a bank transfer, all in full, or you can do it over Zip Finance, which is $29 a week, which is also over 24 months, which is really nice and handy as well. Or you can come on board and earn it like all of us have done. I was also just gonna join to earn and leave. I didn't want to be one of these weird people, and now I absolutely love it. But if you wanted to do that, then you come on board, you get 90 days to sell 6 Thermomixes, and your team leader will help you, train you, and set you up for success. So it's a really nice way. It's a $399 deposit, and then you get your TM7, and then you've got 3 months to sell 6. And if you sell, if you sell, say 3 of them, then you get half of your Thermomix paid off. So for every sale that you do, you get a discount. So that's a really nice way as well. Even if you don't get it for free, getting it discounted is really great as well. So we've got some incredible offers on at the moment that I just want to make sure that you are aware of. So we've got a trade up campaign. So if you've got a TM31, a TM5, or a TM6, you can trade that in and send that in to us, and we will send you a TM7 and you will get a discount. So if you have a TM6, you get $750 discount on your TM7. If you have a TM5, you get $450 off. And if you have a TM31, you get $250 off your brand new TM7. So that's a really nice and easy way to upgrade, and your consultants will come and set you up. We also have some incredible host rewards. At the moment, the cutter, and like Christine was saying before, to just, if you want to, jazz up your salad a little bit, the cutter is absolutely the best way to do that, because then you can slice and you can spiralize and you can make some really fancy, nice salads. And the thermoserver everyone needs a thermoserver, even if you don't have a Thermomix, or if you can never have too many thermoservers, in my opinion. I saw that Christine was using hers before to keep her frozen fruit in, and it actually keeps cold for an hour, so you can keep fruit in there for a long time, or it keeps things hot for 2 hours, which is awesome. And we also have a 20% kind of Black Friday on our Mix shop, which is really, really cool if you enjoy our Mix shop items. Then the last thing that we've got going, and that is actually for 24 hours only, we have got a bundle of a TM7 and a refurbished TM6 for $3,999. So then you get 2 Thermomixes. So you get one TM7 and one TM6, and you get to either share that. It might be a Christmas present, or it might be, if there is maybe 2 of you who want a Thermomix, you just split that. So lots of cool things that we've got at the moment. I'm probably forgetting something, but we'll pop over to Nolene and see how she is going.
Yep, my pasta is just about cooked. The grain, great to be able to do a wee taste test with the lid off. I can take a wee bit of pasta out and just give it a wee check. So I've just pop it on for another couple of minutes. So we've got a minute to go, and then I think we'll be all good to go.
Amazing.
One of my favourite things to use this open top cooking for is reducing my curries or mince, or it might be my broth. And because you're obviously using it essentially like a pot, it really reduces them down and doesn't condensate when cooking. So that's something I really love, that it thickens it up beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love just that you can walk past and take the lid off and taste it like you would in a pot. Whereas on the TM6 one, it just was those 7 seconds sometimes just feels a bit long when you have to stop it and get the lid off. Whereas with the 7, it's just so nice and easy to just do that. But love that. That function.
So, do you want me to carry on now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the pasta ready?
Yep, the pasta's ready.
Amazing.
So it's basically just telling us to place 120 grams of fresh spinach into a serving bowl or other large bowl and set aside. So I have already done that, and we've got that in here. And then I'm just going to transfer the spinach into that bowl. So I'll just move my camera around so you can see. So I'm just going to pour it onto there. So there is our pasta and our chicken all cooked. And I'm just, see if I can just do this so you can see it properly. Just going to pour that on the top. An actual thing.
Yum.
There's a wee bit more on the bottom there that I will get out after. But then we can actually just stir that spinach in. It's just going to basically wilt with the heat of your pasta there.
Incredible.
And then it says to put your parmesan on top, chili flakes optional, and also parsley optional. So we have got, can you see that there? We've got our parmesan here. So if we just pop a wee bit of that on the top, and then that's our dinner all done.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It is so nice with these nice and easy one pot wonders. Because how long time do you think you actually, by making this, how much time have you actually spent hands-on with the Thermomix?
I think it would only be about 5 to 10 minutes. It's literally just putting the ingredients in and pressing play, to be fair, because all the cooking's been cooking the chicken, cooking the pasta, and sauteing the vegetables. It's all hands-free. So again, it's a great chance if you've got young children, you could be bunging them in the shower or something like that too while those things are happening.
Yeah, and also one pot to wash that actually washes itself. That never gets old for us.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the last, there's a couple of things I haven't mentioned. There's just so many offers. I hope you guys have notes, or get your consultants to send this to you in a message if you don't remember all of it. If you're a customer already and you're on here and you know someone that might be keen on a Thermomix, you can actually get $100 referral voucher so that you can spend in the mix shop. So you can then just send that referral into your consultant, and just by recommending someone to us, you'll get $100 kickback, which is always really nice. It's our way to say thank you. Also, good to note that the Christmas cutoff date is the 8th of December. So make sure that you get your orders in ASAP to make sure you've got your Thermomix for Christmas, because making all of the beautiful things for Christmas is just so much easier with a Thermomix. Awesome. So shall we see if Libby and Christine, do you want to pop your things up in there? I think it's always so nice when we get to see all of the beautiful things we have made in not a long time. Oops. Add spotlight. And add spotlight. Look at these beautiful things the girls have made. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. So if you've got any questions, feel free to stay behind. I'm happy to answer anything. Otherwise, it is just popping back to let your consultant know what you thought of today, and if you got your questions answered. Otherwise, it is always fun to get them over and cook in person, because then you get to not only watch it, but also do it and taste it and smell it. So thanks, guys. Feel free to pop off mute if there is any burning questions. Girls, is there anything that I have missed?
No, you've done an incredible job.
We think we've covered most of it. Actually, the last thing is, if you want to, these three have got absolutely awesome socials. So if you want to go and check them out and give them a follow and get some great tips and tricks, you've got the details on here. So make sure to go and give them a follow on Instagram or on Facebook. You girls are all on Facebook as well?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Yep. So thanks for spending an hour with us. And yeah, it is incredible what you can make in just a short little while with a couple of Thermomixes. Yeah, I really wish I was at your guys' houses now. Great.
Probably stop your recording now, Mita.
Oh, yes. Thank you.